So this guy right here was one of the biggest Ashes of Creation defenders out there. And believe it or not, I actually made a video reacting to one of his videos claiming that griefing was a big part of Ashes of Creation gameplay and it was integral to the game being successful. Now, fast forward just 2 weeks, Ashes was proven to be a scam and everyone on board roached out, including him. He deleted every single video on his channel, including the one I reacted to, and now he's trying to make it out fresh, which, you know what, to a certain degree, I respect, because why not? You know, the ship was sinking, he just bailed and tried to just recoup and, you know, cover some losses. That being said, I'm really interested in seeing what he has to say about Ashes of Creation ending. That is actually very interesting.
A couple of days now.
And by the way, just to make it clear, don't come after this guy or any guy I cover. Like, please don't, guys, okay? Don't be cringe. Let's just watch his opinion, see what he has to say.
And by this point, you've no doubt heard the news. Ashes of Creation is no more. The upcoming MMORPG being developed by Intrepid Studios, headed by creative director and CEO Steven Shreve, is finished.
Creative
I'm not
MLM guy.
going to get into every specific detail. That's, you know, it's been spreading like wildfire across the internet. If you want the full breakdown of the how and why, you can watch my previous video or literally anybody else's coverage at this point. What I do want to do today is talk about the past 9 years and what the future holds. My career as a content creator began over 5 years ago with Ashes of Creation. Like many of you, I first heard the Kickstarter pitch and I saw the trailer back in 2017. And as a long-time MMORPG enjoyer
it was a long time ago. Man, we MMO gamers are getting old. Jesus. Time flies by you, man. You don't feel it until you go full bald, and that's it.
Many times before, I was skeptical. I thought to myself that there's no way this is actually going to happen.
Okay,
I didn't think
you're talking about the early days.
Could be true. But then I realized that these guys weren't going away. There were more announcements. They were showing off builds at game shows, and we started seeing a constant stream of interviews and development updates.
But again, you should always look at the content they're putting in front of you. I mean, to me, well, at first, I was just like him. I gotta admit it. I was fooled. I was enthralled by Steven Charm, and I genuinely believed Ashes was a real project. But the more years went by, and the closer I looked into their developer update, I realized that the game development was being stopped to a halt. I see no progression that justifies 8 years of development. I've seen nothing concrete and nothing tangible. You couldn't really tell this was an actual game that was being developed by 250 developers. And I know they haven't started with that number of developers. It doesn't matter, right? They're using an Unreal Engine 5 engine that does not belong to them. And I know they skipped from 4 to 5. Again, guys, it doesn't really matter. Yes, it's a hindrance, but to a certain degree, you gotta have more than a bare bones game that one dude on Unreal Engine 5 or Unity can make. Okay? So they did not have a single thing that shows promise. And I thought, man, this ain't going so well. And I was right.
I eventually thought, okay, you know, maybe there is a chance. And I got excited. I was tired of sitting on the sidelines, complaining on forums as a faceless voice in the MMO.
You wanted to be one of the first guys who jump on the wagon and have a successful career, because Ashes, if it would have came out, most people want to have the first leg in. So yeah, I get it. Like, I get it. If you want to try to make it as a content creator out there, you have to place your bets at some various games that you think would be successful, and you want to have a leg up on everyone else. So you try to make content for it. That is fair. I don't judge him for that. Like, everyone do that.
Oh, space.
Yeah, I try to do it with Deadlock back in the day. Nowadays, it doesn't matter because I cover old games that, I don't know, like just the entire MMO genre, which is decrepit like I am.
Crying about the state of the genre, I wanted to actually do something. That was my first step into content creation. I started making videos explaining the game's systems and the features that they were advertising.
What systems? There were no systems. Even when the game released on alpha to Steam, there were no system. Nothing worked. Nothing functioned. It was all an illusion. You tried to sell people a dream. That's what you did. Nothing else.
Grew into news coverage and podcasts where we were always talking about the project. Now, I do have to say, and anyone who has watched my content for years knows this, I was never fully on board.
What? No way! No way you just said that, Chief. No way! Are you kidding me? Dude, I watch your stuff, and yes, granted, he did say he wasn't 100% on board, but he was like 90% on board, okay? It's so cringe. It's like saying, hey, you know what? I wasn't a part of this, but I did engage in every single practice that kinda showed good faith inside of this game. You refused to criticize it, even the worst systems ever, and you constantly propped up this game for having bad systems in it. The video that I reacted to from this guy was about how griefing was actually healthy for the game, and that's the entire point. Everyone who claimed otherwise was stupid and the game wasn't for them. That was his point, and he removed that video, so you know that I'm right. I still have mine. You can watch it. But no, he deleted his because he knows that he's at fault here. That's such a dude. That's such a massive attempt at a cop out here. Like, it's not going to fly.
I always had my doubts and my skepticism, but I truly wanted it to succeed. The game sounded like it could provide that sense of adventure and friendship that we had lost in the genre, that old school magic that solo focused modern games sometimes lack. I've heard the rumors that content creators only jumped on as like looking for their big break to become a success.
That's exactly what I said. By the way, I haven't pre-watched this video. Like, literally, this is a genuine first impression. Yeah, and this is true. And I guess he's trying to go and defend it. And no, I'm not like one of these guys. Brother, it's okay. Everyone tried to do that. I tried to do that. Like, everyone trying to do that. It's fine. That's how you succeed. That's how you make it on the platform. You did nothing wrong by doing that. You wanted to jump the wagon before everyone else because you want to have an advantage. That's completely fine.
YouTube or Twitch. For me, that was never it.
Yeah, what wasn't fine, just to like make sure we are clear on that, is the fact that you intentionally dropped criticism for the game because you wanted to be on good faith with Steven. That's the problem.
I have a great full-time job. I was never looking for a career shift. While the dream of working for yourself and talking about what you love is great, my goal was...
So why did you shill for this game instead of criticizing it? If you have a full-time job and you don't care, why you try to be on good terms with Steven? Clearly you wanted to make this your full-time career. And again, that's completely fine. But why did you try to obfuscate and make us look like the fools that we haven't picked up on it? Like, no, that's not the case. Clearly you want to do that.
Simply to help create a game that the genre needed. I don't hate modern MMOs. I play World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy Online, and ESO. I'm not one of those guys who thinks that modern games are trash. I just believe we need more variety, innovation, and competition to ignite that spark of creativity in the industry.
But Ashes offered none of that. It was all on paper. And you claimed that griefing was good. So what's the point? I don't get it. Like, this is just so weird.
I am a tiny channel, a grain of sand in the ocean with very little reach, but I do have a great community that has stuck with me. It's been very humbling to provide a service to you guys, but I do want to be clear. I was never a paid shill for Intrepid. Yes,
But you wanted to be. And that's the difference. You were willing to sell your integrity because you were a small channel and you wanted the chance to become big, and you were willing to pay the price for it. And you were, let's say, I don't want to be, I don't want to use like big words here. Let's just say that you could have been way more trustworthy than you have, okay? And that's it.
Had a referral link, but that doesn't mean I was being paid or swayed. And a little bit of a news flash, every single player that has an Intrepid account also has a referral link. Just some don't know it, some don't advertise it. But if you go back through my VODs...
Oh wait, he actually had a referral link and now he's trying to like justify it? Oh man, come on dog. Like, why are you doing this? It's so weird.
I told people constantly, don't buy this game if you have any doubts. I've been asked dozens of times, is it a scam? Is it worth it? And my answer has always been the same. Wait and see where it goes. I always pointed out the red flags, the development length, and the problems with, for example, the Steam early access.
You pointed out the red flags when people told you that PvP was bad and sucking the life out of the game. You told them the game wasn't for them and PvP and griefing was the entire point. That's what you told us. I have the video right now up on the line and you deleted yours because you know that people can easily go back and refute what you just said. Shame on you, brother. Shame on you.
Access. Now, there are videos coming out that saying the content creators were the problem, that we were...
Yes, they were. 100% they were. And everyone clowned on me for being one of the only ones who spoke against it. And nobody cared because I'm a nobody, right? And my channel is so small, and they were right, by the way. Like, I'm a literal nobody. But I still haven't jumped on the opportunity to glaze Ashes because I didn't want to be successful that way. I wanted to have integrity. I wanted to have honesty with you guys. I don't know why I said it like that. I want to have honesty with you. Like, I want to be honest, right? I want to have transparency. I want to be clear about things that I feel. Even though people hated me for it, and I got disliked bombed on every single Ashes video I made. Now I reap the rewards. Why? Because God was my witness. And he knew Ashes was bad, and I knew it too. So now I'm on a goddamn roll, baby. It's too good. It's too good.
Just all shills. But nobody in my circle knew what was going on behind the scenes.
There we go.
We weren't being paid. Most of us have between like 2,000 and 10,000 subscribers. We are specks compared to, you know, some.
So you're trying to shake off responsibility by saying that you're a nobody and your voice doesn't matter. Okay. Then why you made those videos in the first place if you thought your voice didn't matter? Of course it had. Even if you fooled and tricked 1 or 2 people into wasting $50 on the early alpha access for Steam, that's on you. Yeah, it's on you. Completely. You can't shake that off. Never. You can't hide behind, oh, I'm a small content creator, who cares? That's not going to fly, Chief. Never.
Some of the bigger creators. We just wanted.
You really, small content creator need to start taking responsibility. It actually makes me kind of mad. Because this is something that actually affects me deeply. Because I'm a small content creator, and I'm a literal nobody, but I know that some of you guys actually listen to what I have to say. And this is very important. It's also important for growth, obviously, right? You don't want to stay small forever. I plan this channel to have millions in the future, which seemed like wishful thinking, but I'll make everything to make sure it works. And I think the way that you do that is by considering the fact that each and every one of you that watches my videos actually listens to them. And that's important. I never want to like fool you into something or trick you. Never.
The game to succeed. Now, regarding the accusations against Steven Shreve, the alleged leads and, you know, the talk of, you know, MLMs shit, and we can't back all of that up yet. Not completely. However, I will tell you that regardless of the repercussions.
Okay, to be fair, this video was made 2 weeks ago. He didn't see everything and all the files that went up, so yeah, it's okay. He's actually right here. At the point in time he made this video, he was correct.
That the way Steven spoke to the other creators privately and publicly in Discord, the shit talking of people like Jamie Chaos and Richie and others, that part is 100% real. We were sharing those leaks in real time as they happened. I can't speak to the corporate espionage or the other wilder leaks, but the way Steven treated his community and the creators who promoted his game for free was appalling. He acted like a spoiled rich kid, a small...
Now you go against him? Dude, now, not after the shadiest things he pulled off. Even, you know, we knew about the MLM stuff for years, but you just turned a blind eye to it because you wanted to believe the game would be good. And we knew about the way that he was treating members of the Discord channel and everyone who disagreed with him. We knew about that for years, at the very least 2 years, because I've been covering that. I've been covering it since then. So, like, what are you talking about? It's only after things have imploded that you finally speak up against him. Come on, man. Like, let's be real here.
Weak man who couldn't even handle an ounce of criticism. If he didn't get his way,
now
he
you say it.
And he lashed out. And
now you say it. Now you say it. It's so easy to say it after everything went wrong. So easy to say it after everything has exploded. Oh, man, I swear, some streamers, man, they do try their best. They would sell their soul for gold. It's just crazy.
Despite all of that, I will die on the hill that this game wasn't just a scam from the start. I fully believe it began as a legitimate project. None of us knew about Steven's past back then. The information only came to light recently. All we saw was the game.
No.
And that's all that we want.
We knew about the Zango stuff and the MLM stuff way before the game was even, like, really that popular. I mean, we knew it immediately. I think the moment the game actually went popular, people have started to delve into Steven past. And he actually made comments about that too, like way back in the day. I remember that. I love the game still. I didn't care. I chose to turn a blind eye to it. But at the time, I wasn't making content about it. So, I mean, yeah, once you make content about a certain game, you have certain responsibility. It is what it is. You honestly can't shake yourself off from it.
If I'm a bad guy for, wanting to believe that we could finally get a good game, then fine. People are in my comments, they're saying
You're not a bad guy for that. You just kind of made a fool out of yourself by actually advocating for this. Because you knew that there were shady stuff and you chose to ignore them. And as a content creator, you have responsibility.
I told you so. They're calling me a piece of shit for supporting a scammer. You can treat me however you want, if it makes you feel better. But I just wanted to believe in a project, just like everyone else has at some point in their lives. And even as the accusations against Steven piled up, it was the team at Intrepid that kept the creators going. They were real people with real job histories on LinkedIn. They weren't trying to scam anyone. They were genuine.
Bro, are you trying to squeeze sympathy tears out of me because some developer defended this? Who cares? The entire game was a sham. And yes, my heart do go to the developers that obviously worked for this game because they weren't in cahoots with Steven and they didn't know what's going on. But brother, what are we talking about? It's not even the matter at hand here. It's not a real problem. You're trying to squeeze some sympathy tears out of us. It's weird, man. It's all weird.
Trying to create a great game. They were just mismanaged by a child. We have all had bosses that we don't like, and we still try to do a good job to provide for our families. I've gamed with these developers. I've played the builds with them. They were dedicated and passionate, and now they have no jobs. Their livelihoods have been stripped away. For us, the community, we lost a potential game and maybe some money, but the development team lost 10 years of their lives. They believed they were making a game just as much as we believed that we were getting one. I think Steven was truly trying to make a game in the beginning, but as the bills piled up and the scope creep set in, and I think he started looking for an exit strategy where he could come out kind of on top. A tremendous amount of money was spent on this, more than they could have ever made from the community. So
I believe it was over 100 million, and now Steven tried to roach out and actually make himself look like the hero. Oh man, he has so many lawsuits piled up against him. It's going to be glorious covering all of this up. I really hope he would see some jail time.
I think he's walking away with gajillions of dollars, but in the end, we still got. I played this game for years, through every alpha phase and all the way up to early access launch. I have streamed thousands of hours of progression. You can't tell me there wasn't a game there.
There wasn't. You tried to squeeze out every piece of content and milk every single thing inside of the game, even if it was the worst thing in the world, and you didn't care. You didn't bat an eye. Because you wanted the game to be good in the future, and you wanted to bank in on it and cash that later. That's it. I mean, there wasn't anything good inside of the game. Nothing. The caravan systems were garbage. The node system didn't exist. The combat was awful. Character creation wasn't even real. There's so many things that went wrong, and nobody talked about it. Nobody. These guys are unhinged. And that's why I always tell you guys, no streamer actually cares about you. You need to realize that. Content creators in general only cares about your money. And that's it. Literally that's it. They have no integrity, they have no moral structure, and whenever you pull one block away from their system, their entire apparatus falls apart. And they can't even defend themselves because they know that everything they say is ephemeral. There is literally nothing that hold their speech. There's nothing to tie them together. They're just basically blab things out that sounds relevant, so you guys can click on their videos and that's it. And maybe donate some money to them. It's just off-putting. It just truly, everything that happens to the current content creation sphere, it's just horrendous, man. It makes me want to hurl. It's just too much. We have too many of these content creators.
Detailed guides for systems so complex, they required step-by-step instructions. Scam games, they don't usually develop that level of depth. The science of a game was there, but the man pulling the strings, he had other plans. So, we got scammed. They got our money and they got out, ruining the lives of the Intrepid devs in the process. My heart goes out to the development team. You guys really did a fantastic job, and you were so responsive to our feedback. You really did make a hell of a game, and I'm very sad that it had to end this way. To everyone who followed me, thank you. My journey isn't over, but obviously we are going to transition into something else. There are other upcoming games I'm excited about.
Imagine if he stops making content about Ashes and just goes to a different scam game. That would be a hoot. That would actually be funny. Yeah, just jump from one ship to another, jumping from sinking ships.
I want to share those with you. If you picked up Ashes of Creation because of me, then I sincerely apologize. I was wrong, and I steered you in the wrong direction. I was just a gamer excited for a game, and at the end of the day, that's all any of us can be. And
I respect that. I actually respect that. He didn't go the full pirate software route where he just say, hey, if you purchase this game because of me, I'm sorry that you were fooled. Like, that's literally what he said. We watched that video. It was so cringe. The man couldn't even apologize properly. To his credit, to the guy right here, he actually apologized. So I respect him for that. Like, at least we got a proper apology.
In the future, if someone pitches me a game, I'm probably going to do a full investigative deep dive into their entire life before I offer any kind of support.
Lessons for the future.
This will most likely be my last Ashes of Creation video. It's been a hell of a ride. It ended in tragedy, and we'll see where we go from here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Okay, fair enough. He apologized toward the end, which I don't think absolves him of all sin, obviously. But at least he gave us a proper apology, and I can respect that. Now, it's kind of funny because I'm seeing it 2 weeks later. Now he covers Scars of Honor, which is an early development MMO that I covered, and I think it shows promise. It looks actually pretty great. But I'm still gonna keep, like, being skeptical, skeptical towards it, sorry, not against it, like, skeptical towards it, because I think that we should always advocate for the truth and see kind of what lies behind the curtain. But the game does show promise. It does show promise, in my opinion, as a WoW player. I do love the way that it's structured, and I'm gonna keep following up on that and update you guys, of course. But yeah, I guess this was it for this video. At the end, just to like kind of summarize and give you an abridged version of what the hell we just saw, another content creator for Ashes roached out. And now he tried to play it safe. I respect him for that. It is what it is, but at the same time, guys, you need to understand. Stop banking on games for the future and just stay true to yourself, because what you say, no matter how small you are, is actually important. So make sure we're keen on, you should keep a keen eye out for that, because some content creators would just say whatever they feel would make them popular, right? Instead of actual integrity. So it is unfortunate, it's reality, but you guys need to stay aware and look for the signs.